Yo, shit. Wow. Holy crap. Well, on the good news of things here today, I thought I was going to get up to a mad panic with this whole market. Remember, this is not going to hurt our beloved meme stocks, although we did see a dip today. And as you can tell by looking at the screen, the red screen of death, we will call it. Not a lot of panic. I've seen a lot of people buying that dip. We finished on under $40 in after hours, so gobble, 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 gobble. I see a lot of that going on, which is absolutely outstanding. I was up pre-market, 1 o'clock my time up here in Seattle, and within under a minute, that AMC, I always watch it. I always watch the first, 5-7 minutes, click off, do something. I'm usually up for about an hour, hour and a half pre-market. Long story short, under a minute, AMC instant dropped. It didn't just go down, 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 down. It was an instant drop. I'm sure some of you guys have seen that, but this thing dropped from the closing price Friday down like $2 and something cents in a blink of an eye. I'm like, oh gosh. So then I start looking at everything else. We get over to the SPY. Everything's down, 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 down. Then I couldn't sleep. I'm checking every minute. Everything's going down. And then obviously we've seen the day play out. But I'm glad not a lot of panic is out there. Remember, this whole whatever's going on now, this is just the talk of this, right? I mean, sure, there is some panic here, but remember, we got the Fed this week. We got everything else going on. Obviously, Nachos Belgrande over there in China, and then leads to this here with the mad panic. So, yeah, buy the dip if you can't afford it, not financial advice. No one panic. I got up, peaked throughout the day. I knew what the crap storm was going to be, so I watched the end close, seen a little bit of recovery in the SPY, blah, 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 but no one panic. God forbid if this whole market crumbles, they don't raise this debt ceiling, fall out from Nacho Belgrande, anything else that's going on is going to cause these shorts to start covering, okay? There's tons of things that can happen. So, sure, we've seen a dip today. Could we see a dip tomorrow? Probably, maybe, who the hell knows? But I think probably we haven't seen the end of it. Remember, if you can afford it, not financial advice, these are buying opportunities. Our stock is not tanking. Shorts haven't covered. The game plan hasn't changed. Nothing has changed, you guys, if anybody's panicking. I'm glad I didn't see a lot of that today. I figured I'd go, oh my gosh, the boards and everything else, everybody's going to be in a panic, but we weren't. We know what's going on. The DD's done. The game plan is done. We don't need to look at charts. We don't need to look at anything. There's nothing else we need to do besides laugh at some of these goofy things that I bring up and wait for the shorts to cover. So, yeah, needless to say, you guys, every sector shot to hell. Boy, that's ugly, isn't it? Holy crap. So, obviously, let's buckle up for tomorrow. A lot to talk about here. I'm going to make this thing as short as I can, but I want to bring up a few key points here this evening. Crypto too, we touched on this last night. We were at what, 45, 46? It was 48, 40, whatever. Regardless, this thing is going down the tubes. ETH is under 3 racks again here, 3,000 US dollars. Everything is drooping. We're drooping, boys and girls. Avalanche, AVAX, whatever the hell those fine folks do over there. They're a little bit green, but other than that, everything under the sun is shitting the bed. Okay. Finished up 40.29. I think after hours we're at 39.70 and some change. Who gives a rat's ass? Doesn't matter. Shorts have not covered. What I found a little bit odd today, dark pool is about the same. Of course, we got to touch on that for about 10 seconds. And then these shares to lendable shares out here, shares available to borrow, did not budge, did it? I checked in a few times. It was 4.2, 4.1, whatever. Regardless, we're still at the 3.8 million. So keep an eyeball on that, as we always do. Dark pool, we had 63%. You know, one thing I didn't even look at was the volume today. I didn't even look at the damn volume. 60.7 million shares traded today, 38.5 million in the pool of darkness, 63%. And our running 20-day total percentage, folks, is 64%. Oh, and I noticed a couple articles out today on some mainstream media touching on the dark pool and AMC. So I got one of those articles pulled up here for a memento. We can touch on that. The number of billionaires grew by 13.4% in 2020, making the pandemic a windfall to billionaire wealth. I looked at this article, right? Then I thought about this article for a minute. New report from Research WealthX founder, the number of global billionaires rose above 3,000 in 2020. Whatever, you get the picture here. The headline says it all. But, what got me thinking in this article here is, okay, sure, these folks took advantage of the whole pandemic. You got Citadel posted up in that nice fancy hotel down there in Florida, laying out all their nice fiber optic cables, and they were just licking their chops. Gold mine, we're going to bankrupt some companies. But, DFV Roaring Kitty started the whole frenzy last year and just opened up a can of worms to where all of these retail investors around the world holding, whatever you're holding, Sundial, AMC, GME, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond, I don't give a rat's ass. To me, the main ones, obviously, we're saving AMC. We have saved AMC. GameStop, same thing. But are we going to bust these guys' ass and take all of this multi-billionaires out there, all of their ducats, and the newfound billionaires' money? I tend to think so. I think a lot of these guys, I've seen a lot of, we'll touch on BlackRock here in a minute. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but that got me thinking too. They scooped it all up. We came in, saved the day, and going to scoop it all back, folks. And then this son of a gun here, you know what's funny about this? I've seen a lot of people, and I'm so glad. A lot of replies, even in her Melissa Lee's. In case you didn't see it, calling on the AMC Army, I am working on a documentary with the apes, saving AMC, shaking up Wall Street. We'd love to hear about you, blah, 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 right? I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it. If you have not, Melissa Lee, she's working on a documentary, right? Wants you to send in a video clips and get you in this documentary, blah, blah, blah. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, great. I figured a lot of people would say, okay, let's jump on this bandwagon. Here's our chance. Melissa Lee, she's on the side of the apes, naked shorts, the whole goddamn thing, right? And then I thought about it, I'm like, that's probably not good. Something's wonky here. But the amount of people out there that just basically said, no thanks, Melissa, we're not doing it, is made me super proud. It's showing us that no matter who you are, right, Melissa Lee, kind of in our corner, you know, whatever you want to call it. We can't trust anybody really, right? But for everybody just to briefly think about this and shut that whole idea down and tweet it back at her. I didn't see one tweet that said, oh, yay, Melissa, I sent you my video with my kids and my AMC shit, blah. You know, I didn't see any of that shit, which is cool. That means all this whole time, whether you're in 9 months, 6 months, 3 months, you guys have learned, we have all learned not to trust anybody in the media, even though Melissa Lee with her cute little face and her Go Apes and all this stuff like that, I found that very cool. You know, we can't, obviously we don't know what in the hell they're going to do with this. Maybe this was planned all along and she's on the ape side the last couple months. Who knows, right? But that was super cool to see. We will take our apes together strong, Doc, and run with that. And thanks, but no thanks, Melissa. So super cool. Good job, you guys. This one here, BlackRock. Okay, they're going to be the largest bag holder of Evergrande. I think it's 37 billion or 47 billion, whatever. It's a lot of billions in there, right? They're going to be a bag holder in the Nachos Belgrande. If anybody's wondering what the Nachos Belgrande is, that's Evergrande, whatever you call them. So my new nickname for them, along with all my other nicknames, I just have a nickname for everyone out there. We got Summer Teeth, the rest of them, and now Nacho Belgrande. Long story short, they got a monster position. They're going to be holding the bag. A lot of people are like, oh my God, them and and Vanguard also too. They're the biggest shareholders in AMC. What are we going to do? We're going to freak out. They're going to off all their positions. First of all, Vanguard, BlackRock are monstrous. All the shares that they have lent out too, they need to buy those things back. The shares that were lent out need to be bought back. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. The amount of money, and I'm sure these guys have known what's going on, being BlackRock is basically the third government. I'm sure they caught wind of this, hedged for it, whatever they're going to do, okay? So I wouldn't worry about anything with that. If anything, this is going to help this whole process, this whole covering the shorts, market crash, margin calls, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same cesspool of nonsense that we've been waiting for months and months and months. So nobody panic about that, but that's a lot of money. But remember, BlackRock, Vanguard, monstrous, too big to fail category, I would say. And then Mitchie McConnell says the GOP will vote for U.S. to default on its debt. He got in a little bit of a daring pissing match here. Mitchie the kid here. Another handsome fellow, isn't he? My gosh, look at that. Long story short, so we'll just read a couple sentences of this here. Pelosi and Schumer said they would attach a debt ceiling suspension to the government funding bill. McConnell quickly struck down the idea, saying the GOP would not vote for the legislation. They effectively dared him to vote for the U.S. to default on its debt, and he mirrored their date. As the White House stressed the urgency of raising the debt ceiling to avoid a government default, House Speaker Pelosi and Senator Major Chucky, said on Monday that the House would pass legislation to fund the government that includes a debt limit suspension through the end of next year. Okay? It was a dare to Senator Mitchie the Kid, who would need to lend 10 Republican votes to avert the filibuster and clear the Senate. We will not support legislation and raise the debt limit, McConnell said to Pelosi and Schumer. Democrats do not need our help. Treasurer Yellen, Congress earlier this month, that the governments would likely have enough money to run till October. Excuse me. I almost burped in the microphone there, and I do apologize, folks. So this is a little bit of a pissing match. This happens this time, whenever this shit goes down here. I just got a weird feeling. I don't know what to think. I mean, it's never happened. It obviously never does happen. But boy, there's a lot going on, you guys. And it's outside of AMC, but it's also good news for AMC, right? This one here's your pool of darkness. What are they hiding? This is a Benzinga article, folks. Benzinga. What are they hiding? Institutions are trading a ton of AMC shares stock on the dark pool. Dated today. AMC Entertainment shares are trading lower Monday amid overall market weakness as stocks across sectors fall from COVID-19 and the China concerns. Nacho Grande. Investors might be investing in the fact that about 60% of the volume in the last 30 days, it's more than that, 64%. We touch on it in every video, we should know, right? The last 30 days has been traded by institutions over the dark pool compared to 40% on lit markets, and with only 8% of the 14% traded on the New York Stock. Look at that number. This is the New York Stock Exchange, man. And 8% of the other 40% is traded on the NYSE? What are they even there for? Dude, the percentage of shorts still in the stock are more than 20%, float 448 million, putting the amount of shorts shares over 90 million. God, that pisses me off. The New York Stock Exchange. Everybody thinks stock market, New York Stock Exchange. You're trying to tell me that 8% of the shares are traded through there? Dude. Okay, sorry folks, didn't mean to yell at you. Bulls, or should I say apes, are looking to see the stock bounce off the pattern. I like this last sentence. If shorts begin to cover their shares, the stock could see a short squeeze and a large bullish run. God, that makes me mad, man. How day after day, I know it takes time. I'm the biggest advocate for the SEC and Gary Gensler, and this shit takes time. But how is 8% of this traded in the New York Stock Exchange? 8%, you guys. Jesus Christ. Okay, enough of that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I do apologize. I'll pull myself together. So, nobody panic. If you can afford to buy the dip, I'm going to be buying some more on this little dipperoonie here. Do it. Nobody freak out. Diamond hand, diamond balls, diamond ass, whatever you got to do. Hold. Stay off the apps if you have to. Stay off the computers. Go out, do some jumping jacks, calisthenics, run around the block, maybe some golf, video games, whatever you got to do. Stay away from it because this is a bloodbath. But remember, this is all good for our beloved AMC stock. Okay, guys, that's it. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Tomato. I don't think we can get any redder than that, boys and girls. Okay, guys, love you all. Talk to you later. Bye.